the topic for this session is enabling role of government agencies in promoting agribusiness, innovating service delivery from public sector service providers in agriculture. And I would let my guest also introduce himself. I think the microphone.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Isaac Nimako, Acting Director in charge of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Ghana Enterprises Agency.
Okay, so I think that my first question, because I want this to be very interactive, I'll start off by asking you, what does the Ghana Enterprises Agency, what do you do? Tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you very much. I think per our name, you can easily get what we actually into. Ghana Enterprise Agency, formerly National Board for Small Scale Industries. We are into a brief promotion, development, and growth of micro and small enterprises in Ghana. So for now, we are the APES body or the APES agency in charge of promotion and development of micro, small, and medium enterprises development in the country as at now.
Okay, so since we are discussing the enabling role of government agencies in promoting agribusiness, I think I would first start off is what initiatives or projects have been put together by your agency to promote agribusiness?
Yeah, thank you. I think specifically as a Ghana Enterprise Agency, when it comes to our work in supporting micro and small enterprise development, we don't specifically have a tailored program specifically for agribusiness. But in general, all our activities and everything is towards promotion and development of every form of business. It can be either agribusiness, it can be into other manufacturing sector, it can be in service sector. So you can be even in a mechanic, you can still benefit from our services. It's just recently that we have what you call grant program that we roll out, and out of that particular grant, we have more than 60% of beneficiary of this particular grant coming from the agribusiness. So that whole idea is how best are we going to promote Ghana meat or the substitution, import substitution products that we have in the country. So that led to the design of this particular intervention, which is a grant program, and we supported a number of agribusinesses, especially those in poultry and piggery and the others.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the grants program. So you also stated that your entity does not give support to just agribusiness, but to several entities at large. Let's talk about the grant program. How successful has it been? When did it start? How far have you gone with the grants program? And towards agribusiness, what have you done with the grants program?
Yeah, thank you. I said that I'm alone here, so all the questions will be on me. But no problem about that. I think after COVID-19, maybe some of you bear witness, we rolled out a particular grant program called the COVID Response Grant to support MSMEs in the country, at least to make them more resilient, to be able to deal with the COVID-19. Some even refer to that particular grant as CABAS. So maybe some of you testify to that. I don't know whether anyone here actually benefited from that particular grant. Okay, at least. So we thank God. At least I have about 3 people raising their hands for that.
Ask them a few questions too about the grant programs.
Okay. I think after that, the government saw the need to continue support MSMEs or the MSME ecosystem. So through the World Bank, we also had a grant to support MSMEs, and that one too we refer to as the COVID response grant. So after the CABAS, we had what we called COVID response grant, phase 1 and phase 2, which we supported. After that, we also rolled out SME high growth, also targeting SMEs having an employment status of, let's say, from 5 and above, those that we realize will be able to support with the job creation agenda of the government. So under the high growth, we have the phase 1, the phase 2. I think we are currently on phase 3. It's not that one particular grant, it's not only the grant, we have a technical support, and then we have the grant or the financial aspect as well. Then after that, we also even have the Women SME grant, which it is solely for women in MSMEs. That one too is also there, which we have supported quite a number of women in this country, especially those women in agribusiness. The first time in this country, we have youth grants, which we also roll out through this World Bank fund, which we have supported a number of youth in all sectors, including agribusiness. And then the last one, which is the best of it all, which has never happened in this country, is the what you call the PWD fund, grant fund for people with disabilities. It has never happened in this country, where an institution, through government support and other donors, decided to roll out a particular grant program for people with disabilities. So this shows how Ghana Enterprise Agency, how inclusive the entity is, and how we are supporting businesses in this country. So in all, these are the grants that we have at the moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Well done. But you see now, Mariam was relaxing comfortably, and I want to deal with her small. You know, we the Kokonte people, we don't like that. He was trying to push this man all alone. So Mariam, I know that you were supposed to moderate this session, but unfortunately, all your panel are not around. Yeah. And we can't, punish our man like that. Because I want to win him over to the Kokonte Association. So I just want you to tell, first of all, when you say PPA, what is the full name of your organization? What do you do in the line of promoting agribusiness and as a government organization as well?
Okay, so the full name, Public Procurement Authority. I think this microphone. Public Procurement Authority, we are regulators of the procurement in Ghana, based on Act 663 and 914 as amended. In terms of promotion of agribusiness, my entity, Public Procurement Authority, believes in empowering businesses here in Ghana and trying so hard to give our local businesses the opportunity to be part of the procurement process. Right. In 2016, no, I think it's in 2019, okay, we launched the Ghana Electronic Procurement System, where the procurement system has gone from manual to electronic. By the end of this year, the entire process will be done on the electronic platform. There will be no manual process again. Now, we have been rolling out since 2019 training for suppliers, including agribusinesses, so that they can be part of the procurement process, so that they can take part in the procurement process. If you come to me or you come to our office at the Airport City, you can also go to the Accra Digital Center. We have an office designated for training of people in the agribusiness. So that's what we've been doing, and this started in 2019. That's what we've been doing from then until now.
Oh, let's clap for Mariam. Nice, nice switch. I'm having fun. But you see, I love the fact that you mentioned agribusiness. And a lot of us are agribusiness people. We are service providers and also into the farming itself. As small businesses in the line of agribusiness, how do we, or what processes do we need to pass through to actually procure a deal or a contract with you people? Can you take us through the process?
So I would start by saying that now the public procurement process is not limited to just sitting in your house and hoping that somebody will come and tell you that there's a contract somewhere, so go and chase it and everything. Right. We've displayed all the tender notices on our website. Okay. So with just a click of the button, you can see what tenders are available on the PPA website. You can just, also, it's also published in the newspapers. I mean, as you go through the newspapers each day, you see supply of invitations for tenders. So I would state that, especially with agribusinesses and especially with, I hate to use the word small-scale businesses, especially with businesses, you would pay particular attention to the newspaper, but also to the PPA website. So that is how you can partake in the process. And as I said, because it's no longer going to be a manual process, but an electronic process, we are now doing registration of all businesses that want to do business with the government. So if you're a small-scale business and you would like to partake in the procurement process, there are a few things that you need. You need to be on our database. So the first step is to make sure that your business registration, your business is registered. That's the first step. Once that is done, you can come to us and then we register you on the supplier database. Now, when an entity is looking for somebody to supply a certain product or service, all they have to do is to click on our website. We have over 40,000 suppliers available on the website. They see who they want, what they can procure from the person or what they can get from the person, and that is where it starts. We are trying so hard to turn everything from the manual into an electronic because we understand that there are gaps in the manual process. We understand that people would take advantage of the manual process. But with the electronic process, we are trying so hard to eliminate the human interface.
The third party.
Yes, so that's what we are trying to do now.
All right, excellent. So I'm going to, because we don't have all the panel here, it's me and you versus these two people. Do we agree? So I'm going to take, let me be, 3 women, 3 men. Please, you direct your question to specific one of them here to answer. So I'll start with, so that she will not take my job from me. The board chair. I'll start with you, the first woman, and then we'll proceed with others. Please let the question be precise and very brief.
Thank you.
And the answering as well. Thank you.
I'll be very precise. It's great to hear all the moves for digitization. It's very good. But I wanted to comment that most of Ghana doesn't have reliable internet. Most of Ghana doesn't have a laptop. And so the digital interfaces we create should use multiple technology that allows people from everywhere so we don't become a city-based government supply system. So someone in a municipality where the internet is really bad can participate. And so SMS, for example, you can fill a form with SMS, with messages going back and forth, be able to fill a form. So I'd like PPA and other agencies to consider how to integrate lower tech solutions that integrate into the high-tech solutions. And maybe you've already done that and can tell us more. And to test your systems, not just in Accra, in your offices, but to test them, go to Obuasi, go to Tamale, and go into the suburbs and test it there so that...
Thank you.
Can I respond to this? So I would like to say that myself, I have been through maybe 10 out of the 16 regions. We have been going nationwide trying to train everybody on the procurement system. The fun thing about the electronic procurement system is that it's been made in such a way that even without the internet, you can take part in the process. So there's no, except you don't know how to use the computer and you like somebody to help you out. That's the problem. But even that, we are training with that as well.
All right, second question, please. Who has the microphone, please? Yes. Second question. All right. Is it to Mariam as well? Okay. Yes. Okay, let's use the microphone. Others cannot hear you.
Okay, so I was saying that sadly, the lady in charge of the school feeding,
Yes.
has passed on.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's an opportunity for public procurement to enlist someone else to handle school feeding. So I want to know if it is something that your organization works on,
Okay.
so that we know some of the procedures. There are a lot of young entrepreneurs and startups who are also into food business and would like an opportunity like that to be able to serve the Ghanaian child with Ghanaian food from the Ghanaian farm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, my organization does not interfere with the school feeding program. That's an organization, that's a project and an organization on its own. So I cannot answer your question specifically.
All right.
But I can tell you that the school feeding program and the PPA have worked hand in hand on a few tenders and a few policies on a few projects that make sure that we are enrolling everybody, we are bringing everybody on board.
All right, last woman, then we move to the men. Last woman. Okay. Yeah, so all of you around one table. No, let's go to the other side. Obina, there's a hand behind you, please. My love, I'll come to you, okay? Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. So my question will go to you, Miriam, first, and then I'll address Mr. Nimaku also. So the first thing is actually not a question, but just piggybacking off of the board chair that I applaud all the digitization efforts that are going on across a lot of the sectors and across a lot of the ministries. But we also have to understand that the literacy level and the capacity of a lot of people across the country is not the same as people in Accra. So even while we are developing digital solutions, somebody doesn't understand English. And it's not a barrier. They will then hire someone to be able to read it and help them. But are we considering this in the design of the solutions that we are putting out there? There are also traditional systems of sharing information that still work. Like the guys with the trucks that go around and make noise in the villages and share news. So these are ways of actually letting someone in Navrongo know that they can become a supplier, because they might not know to check a website, or they might not be there at your training session when you came that month. But if the guys with the cars and the community service people, that's a way of still disseminating information and still having the digital platform. What I want to ask Mr. Nimako is, in terms of all the grants that have been given out, I know that there are some challenges. What are some of the challenges for us as new agripreneurs, just starting out, that does not allow us to qualify for some of these grants? Thank you.
You want to take that? Is it a suggestion or a question? Suggestion. Okay. All right. So 3 men, and then we'll be having lunch very soon, and then we'll proceed with the next session. It's a questionnaire. Okay, then please address the question to him. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are also aware of the challenges, especially challenges concerning digitalization, because all the grants that I made mention of are through digital. You apply through a portal. But what I think concerning what we are doing to support you mean the micro level people in terms of the criteria we have set to be able to qualify. I think whatever it is, there is always the need for you to set the criteria so that you'll be able to do away with other people and other people qualify. Because even in heaven, going even to heaven, we have a criteria. And definitely people will not meet the criteria and others will meet the criteria. It's all because it may even happen that not all of us cannot even get a place there. So that's why we have that criteria. So like what we have is it's as simple as that. It's all about what we are propagating to our people there. It's all record keeping. Is it about registration of your business? Is it about opening a business account? So that because it's about transferring the money from a bank to a bank.
Yeah.
And if you are doing everything and then you forget about registering your business, you have not opened any business account, you don't keep records on your activities, and will not be able to even to assess your annual sales, it will make it very difficult for us to support.
Okay.
So these are some of the criteria we have set for ourselves, and then you must meet such criteria to be able to qualify. Okay. But as we said earlier, we have over 210 business advisory centers across the country, and after that we even have about 67 business resource centers in this country. All these centers are there to support our people. And then we are propagating all this gospel through these BACs and the district offices and the BRCs.
Okay.
That this is what you are supposed to do. Do it. It's the gospel to qualify for GE's grant.
Okay, it's a gospel to qualify. So that's it. So 3 men, and then we'll go to the next panel discussion. Then we'll go for lunch. Please. Hey, all of you around one table. Yes, sir. I'll start with the man in the blue, and then I'll come here and then hey, Chama. Yes, sir. The man in the blue. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I'm Erasmus from Diapa Workspace, Takrady. Mr. Nimako, my problem is the grant that you give, it keeps going to same people all the time.
Hey.
There are grantpreneurs and pitchpreneurs going around. They are in every pitch competition. They are in every grant application.
Okay.
How are you sorting out these people? Because there are good SMEs who apply for said grant, they don't get. But there are some that get every grant that you put out. How are you fishing these people out?
Honorable.
Thank you.
This one. Thank you very much for this question. There are some people, every event I go, I will see them. It's true, please. How do you justify this? Are you moving them out, or you are adding them every day? Yeah, because they are the ones getting the fund.
Thank you very much. I think for some of the grants, if you get, let's say, A, nothing disqualifies you to get the B. And at times too, you may decide to maybe ask for, I want machine A, B, C. And at times the total of your A, B, C will be more than what we are giving under grant A.
Okay.
In case you are not able to get, the person will apply for women. And then machine C will not be considered under grant C.
Okay.
So nothing disqualifies a person from applying for, let's say, COVID response grant, and then later on we'll see the same name under the women grant. No, we don't disqualify you. But we look at what we were able to grant you under the COVID response and what you are now looking for under women.
Okay.
So that is why at times you may see somebody here and then another person you may see the same name somewhere. So that is how it is.
Are you certified? Wait, hold it there. Behind there, we had a man who, yes, sir. Yes, let's hear from you. Please, Obina, be fast, eh? When you meet him at lunch, deal with him for the rest of the answers.
Thank
yes,
you so
sir.
much.
Let's hear
Thank
from
you so
you.
much. My name is Brian Chuma. So I'm directing my questions to both, to the extent that they are talking about.
We can't hear you. Is it a microphone, or if you can project a bit, please?
It should be something to do with the mic, but he's saying I should speak louder. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I didn't think there was need for me to speak louder when I have a mic, really. I was saying my name is Brian Chuma. I want to direct my question to both the gentleman and the lady, to the extent that they're talking about different schemes that offer opportunities to people on the ground, right? I would want them to comment at the level of the reality on the ground, the uptake by ordinary people at the low end. I'm speaking from a background. I'm from Zimbabwe. I've been in government. So each time we have gatherings like this one, there'll be people from different agencies like them. They come and put up very nice talk and they'll be speaking about issues that are getting to the ground. But all of us in that room will be knowing that those opportunities are channeled through particular party lines. You have to belong to a political party. You have to have an uncle in that office and stuff like that. How is it here in Ghana? What is the uptake like? Is it possible for an ordinary person from high school there to assess those ones with that relative in those parties? Thank you so much.
Okay, so our brother from Zimbabwe, let's clap for him. And I have one brother from Rwanda as well, Jen. Please show by hand. From Rwanda. Yes. Please, did you hear his question? Yeah. All right, so kindly, for Marian.
Oh, it was for me?
Yes.
It's for him.
Hey. Who is that question to? Is it the lady or the man? For the both of them. Okay.
Okay, so we understand your grievances in terms of political interference, especially when it comes to giving people certain opportunities. We know that here on the ground it exists, but that is why, as I stated before, we know that when we take public procurement through a manual process, a friend of yours can come, a cousin can come. I mean, people will come. But once it is an electronic process, we are eliminating all of that interference, or we are trying to minimize it. So that is what I'm trying to say. We are trying so hard to make sure that through the digital process, all of these is worked on.
All right. You want to add something small?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Political interference is also a risk factor in whatever we do. So as an institution, what we normally do is, how are you going to mitigate against that particular risk?
Okay.
So I think she talked about digitalization. For our grant, you must apply. So there's nothing like human interface where you can easily influence. Most of our grants that you see around, we send those who apply to World Bank.
Okay.
For them to do what we call randomization.
Right.
And then they will send the list back to our institution. How would the government interfere with the World Bank? So we try to mitigate. It's not that it's not there, but we try to do mitigation to reduce that risk factor of political interference.
All right, so thank you very much, Marian and Mr. Isaac. Let's clap for them whilst they go have their seats. Thank you very much, Marian.